house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. I've been practicing this speech a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Big Easy Bets podcast. I'm your host, Logan. With me in the studio, Nick Von Brick.
Good evening.
With us on the ones and twos, Joseph Ascani. How are you?
Depleted.
Why is that?
Because this week sucked.
I don't even know what. Yeah, I didn't even. Oh, Christ. Yeah, okay. So we'll just get out in front of it. We all did horrible. Safe to say? I mean, you had your first winless week in the NFL. So. And I went 1-5-1. Yeah, I would say it's been going well enough this year that at least for you, but this is hopefully a one-off. So you feel like you're gonna get back on track?
Yes.
I'm trying everything I can. All right, what are we? Episode 132. Yeah. Episode 132 of Big Easy Bets. If you're listening right now, go to the YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe. We're still doing the $100 giveaway. Winner will be announced tomorrow on the Instagram page and Twitter page. I thought I was going to have a good week. I feel like I was robbed, but we'll get to that in the college football recap. But I am going to get a little bit more aggressive this week, and we're going to see how that goes. I don't know.
Good.
Are you think? You're confident that it will for me? Or just for you?
I'm not getting too aggressive, but
are you still sticking to 3 in NFL?
Yeah.
Even with the this the first week.
Even though I start to think about adding some later, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I almost had the Seahawks instead of the Saints last week.
Yeah, we'll get to that as well. Yeah, I mean. It sucks because it was right there. But it's only one way to go. Whenever you're at the bottom of the barrel, all you can do is swim to the top. So can't get any worse. Episode 132 of Big Easy Bets. I don't even know. What are we? NCAA Week 11?
Yeah. And NFL Week 10.
See, dude, it's flying by. This whole season, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I go through this every time. Once we hit November, it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
It's like the anticipation, the excitement, the build up, and then when you're in it, you're like, fuck. It's like, I mean, you're in a different boat. It's make or break time for me and Joseph here. So time's of the essence. We gotta get on it. What?
I've been
Say it.
broken all season, man.
Yeah, well,
Don't make a break for
I had
me.
finally gotten my head above water, and then now we're drowning again, but not by much. The turnaround's coming. Like I said, I'm getting more aggressive this week. All right, best and worst of the week. I'll let you lead it off with your best.
So after halftime last night, I tuned into the Manning cast.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the first time I watched it since it first started. What was it, last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah.
When it first started.
Yeah.
They've gotten so much better.
Really?
At
They are funny. They were funny.
They're
in the
so
beginning,
funny, but it was really like kind of because they were kind of looking at the game from the Saints fan perspective because they're from New Orleans. So it was just funny. Like there was one situation where Baltimore, like you could tell they were going cover zero and sending a heavy blitz.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dalton just got sacked and Peyton Manning was like, well, I guess he didn't think that guy was going to come through unblocked.
Yeah, I know Sean Payton was on there too.
Yeah, he was on there in the second half.
Yeah, I thought about watching it, like switching over to it because it wasn't going well, but I was just like, fuck it. I sat through the whole game. Sat through the whole entire game, obviously.
Yeah, I did too.
And I'm like, this just sucks, dude.
Because I was like, even when they got the ball back, then they ran it down all the way to 29 seconds.
Yeah, me too. I was watching.
Yeah, and
we'll never know.
We'll get to that. Joseph, what was the best thing you saw this week?
Well, I'm sure we're gonna talk about LSU, so I won't say that. A sweep across the board in fantasy, and it's that much better
You have
because
like
of
a
all that
12%
bullshit
chance
you
to
were
make the
talking
playoffs.
before we watched the LSU game.
Me?
Yeah.
About your fantasy
Oh,
team?
you're fucking up, not trading me. You're doing this, you're doing that. Swept the board.
I offered you like a ridiculous
It's unheard
trade.
of.
I knew you weren't going to trade me.
You know how hard it is to win in all 3 fantasy leagues?
You have a 16% chance just to make the playoffs.
I have Joe Mixon in my other league.
Yeah, we're not worried about your
That
other
might be
league.
the best thing I've seen all week, too. Second highest running back score ever.
That was bullshit.
Yeah.
I could have used a couple of those. I got a Burrow.
One did on a nice catch. Yeah, you're right. We are going to talk about it.
Wait.
This should have been everybody's collective best of the week. In his first season, Brian Kelly fucking drops his nuts on the table, takes Nick Saban and his hair. It's out. Nick Saban's hair's gone. His career's gone. Brian Kelly in his first year as the head coach of the LSU Tigers, going for 2. That's why I looked at you. I said, just do it. Why not? The fucking play call. I hate those play calls, but they seem to work. I feel like a lot of people need to put respect on Brian Kelly's name. Like a lot. What are your thoughts? What are your takeaways?
Oh, yeah.
They are. They definitely are starting to.
Yeah,
now.
but now they are.
No,
But
I'm just saying now everybody is turning the tide.
all those motherfuckers, that's why I said talk shit about that Southern accent now. That fake Southern accent that they wanted to make up that wasn't even there.
Family.
Dude,
It was
I
funny,
swear.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even notice it. I went back
It's
and
just
watched
the
it.
way he said family. It was funny.
Yeah, but he's also like
Family.
I don't know. I
No,
think
you
it's
gotta watch
bullshit.
it.
I
It's
thought
funny.
they tried to make him a clown. They tried to make him like the court jester, and he comes in first year and beats Nick Saban, going for 2. I feel like a lot of people owe Brian Kelly an apology. There's a lot of fans out there that were trying to already jump off the ship after one game of a 10-year contract, after the first game of the season. We're saying he's not the right guy. He's not a culture fit. The fuck does that mean? Because he's not running through the city shirtless, eating crawfish like Coach O.
Yeah.
I'm not taking shots at Coach O. That's why I said I'll forever. What happened in 2019 will live on forever. He'll always be a legend of the program. All of that. But what the fuck does that mean? He's not a culture fit.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's the recruiting class. Oh, dude, what that did for recruiting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. I thought about that like almost immediately after. Like I pulled my phone out and then I was just like, everybody's fucked. They just watched that, the storm in the field. You beat Alabama. In his first year, as they're trying to make him out to be a clown. It's like the recruiting was already going well, and it's just now it's going to go through.
Yeah,
the
it was
fucking
like
roof.
the ratings for the game. It was the most watched game in
Yes.
like 6 years or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels, I wouldn't say deserves an apology from us because we were critical, but not like most, not like some were. We knew what he was capable of. We kept just saying you have to trust your guys, you got to trust your receivers, and he is, but they can't fucking stop him running the ball.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
He even looks more sharp passing the ball now. Like on that first drive, I think it was, he stood there and took a hard hit and
Yeah, he
delivered
did
a
right up
ball
in his right up
on
in
the
his
dot.
chin.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, it's a transition for him too. You're going from playing at Arizona State, now you're at LSU playing SEC competition in your first year with a whole new program, with a new head coach. Everybody's got to figure it out, and they wanted to jump off the ship after one game. It's crazy. So I've said multiple times on this podcast that within 3 seasons we'll compete for a national championship, and we're in the conversation right now that everything's in front of us. I'm not holding my breath. I think it's going to even be tough to run the table. I feel like a lot of people are going to be on cloud 9, and then if we lose to Arkansas, if we lose to A&M, which we shouldn't, but we very well could, I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it was a fluke. Like, we're not supposed to really do anything this year.
Yeah, you got to lose to both of them, though. So, like, for us not to go to the SEC championship, you got to lose to both of them.
Yeah, but if we do lose to one of them and win the SEC championship.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to the playoff, but
Yeah.
still, it would still be a...
Yeah, odds are we're not losing to both, I would say. There's actually we'll get to it.
I don't think we're losing any of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I just think it's a different... Maybe in years past...
It is a letdown spot. But
It is, but it's just a different...
That was like I put.
It's different timing.
I tweeted out. That's what one of the first things I tweeted was. Now the real test begins. Like his biggest coaching test is going to be keeping everybody on track and focused after what just happened. So
yeah.
But what a win! It's like I didn't see it coming. I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was going to be competitive. Not enough to bet on it clearly, but enough to have people over for a party. If I thought we were going to get blown out, I wouldn't have had people come over.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way where it was like I did see that there was a path for victory for LSU, but it was like all the other paths were Alabama paths.
Yeah, definitely. But the road struggles for Bama, it was like they haven't looked good on the road, really, in any of the showings. And it's like LSU's clicking. They're playing their best football of the year. It's like, will they be able to carry that over and do it against Bama? And the answer is yes. So with the officials trying to fuck us along the way.
Yeah.
And the under hits if the officials call the game correctly. More than likely it hits.
Yeah.
Because they settle for a field goal there in overtime, and Jaden Daniels runs down the right sideline if everything plays out the exact same way, which it very
I'm not
well.
upset with that loss. I mean, it was 7-6
Oh,
at
I
halftime.
am. I'm upset
It was
with it.
7-6 at halftime.
Yeah, well, we lost money. I wanted to take the over. You talked me out of it. But no, regardless, if the officials call the game the way it's supposed to be officiated, then the under hits and LSU wins. So that's really quite frustrating. But all in all, though, I mean, to have the nuts to go for it, we saw what happened with Florida State. That's why I said if he could have that one back, obviously hindsight's always 20/20, but if he could have that one back, he's probably going for it. So I love the fact that and it's a win-win situation. That's what I was saying. If you go for it and don't get it, nobody is knocking your aggressiveness unless you call some like horrific play. But nobody's going to be like, some people might say, oh, you should have kicked it and went to overtime. But nobody's going to call for his head for being aggressive, trying to go for the win against Alabama and coming up short. And then if you get it, you're a fucking genius. So it was a win-win situation.
Yeah, it was an excellent play call.
It was.
Because
They didn't even do I thought maybe there was going to be like a pick, and they didn't. They just ran right past him. Just got in his way
it just
a little
puts
bit.
it like if he was well covered, then it's Jaden Daniels one-on-one with someone else. So
No,
it's
yeah,
like-
I watched it multiple times.
They're staying at number 7.
Who?
LSU.
What do you mean staying at?
Like
the AP
the thing was
and
tonight.
Okay. Yeah, that's what is TCU 4.
All I got is the notification for LSU.
TCU probably will go to 4 if I had to guess. Tennessee goes 5, Oregon goes 6, we go to 7.
Yeah, probably so.
You could maybe flip-flop Tennessee and Oregon, but I wouldn't.
I thought people were thinking Tennessee would go 5. And
That's
then
what I said.
Oregon.
That's what I
okay.
said. TCU 4,
Yeah.
Tennessee 5, Oregon 6, us 7. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what a fucking win, dude. What a win. What a just tell everybody to go fuck themselves type of win. Recruiting's going to skyrocket. I mean, the future's bright.
Mm-hmm.
Is Daniels is a junior? He's more than likely coming back for his.
Yeah, no, he's definitely
Okay.
coming back.
I mean, what do you think? What? I mean, I feel like,
I mean, we're only going to be better next year.
and I was gonna say, I feel like next year, regardless of what happens this year, it's got to be national championship or bust next year. Future is bright. Brian Kelly coming
and
down.
Alabama's kind of falling apart.
Yes, they
let's
are.
be
That's
honest.
what I said. It's over. The reign's over. Clemson, Alabama, see ya. Goodbye. Klubnik sucks.
Yeah.
Clemson, the future's bleak for Clemson.
Well, Clemson has serious issues. Like
It's bleaker for Alabama, though. Not really, but I don't know. I mean,
Saban 71.
yeah, he's not. He doesn't have that much. He doesn't have much longer.
So I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he even comes back next year.
Part of me was thinking, like, is he coming back for one last ride with Bryce Young and Will Anderson after what happened in the national championship? Are they coming back for one last ride, go win the national championship, and then he can coast off into the sunset? So, what was the worst thing you saw this week?
Oh, did y'all see Terry Bradshaw? Did y'all see that clip?
Yeah, something about
That was
the guy would probably kill himself.
It was fun to
They're like, whoa,
but they
Terry.
all freaked out.
Michael Strahan, he's on
It
Good
was
Morning
Sean
America.
Payton was like, they were talking about the Seahawks Cardinals game.
So
And Sean Payton was
somebody
like,
running the ball.
he was saying he would like to see the Cardinals try to establish the run a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry Bradshaw was like, they just ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. They're so pass happy. He said if they called 5 or 6 runs in a row, I think this kid would probably commit suicide or something.
Yeah, it's like, why did that come into your brain, dude?
On live TV.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Michael Strahan's on like Good Morning America, so that's like
Yeah, they
the
put it-
most buttoned up show. So he's like, whoa, Terry, whoa. He's like jumping out of his fucking suit.
Jeez.
And you could tell he was just like,
He didn't give a shit.
yeah, he's like, fuck it, whatever.
He's like, what I'm saying is they just don't throw it.
He said, you see all these commercials. I'm giving all this money away. I can say whatever I want. That's what happens when you have all these old geezers up there for 20 years after they got CTE and shit.
Yeah.
All right, what's the worst thing you saw this week?
Not being able to watch the 12 o'clock games on Sunday because I was in Chili's, then TJ Maxx, then Bath and Body Works, and then fucking Whole Foods. So
Did y'all
that
stop?
sucked.
Did y'all stop at the hot bar?
The what?
The hot bar.
What is that?
It's in Whole Foods.
No.
Why'd you have to do all that crap?
Well, because the girls wanted to.
The
So
girls.
I got my 12 o'clock game stripped from me.
Oh, that's what Alex said.
It's probably best that I didn't watch them. I fucking lost all of them.
Oh yeah, so y'all like all went. You and Alec went as well.
Yeah, me, Alec T, and
that's-
Marissa. I thought Marissa
that's
just
sweet.
wanted to go eat, and then, y'all mind if we go to TJ Maxx? No, baby, I don't mind. Motherfucker.
Yeah, y'all
I
are.
was pissed.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I would have left. Or stayed at Chili's and got fucked up on margaritas.
They did, actually, they did have the games on there, so I saw a little bit of the first quarter.
I had a lot going on, so I'm breaking my own rules. So I was lazy this week. The worst thing I saw was Dennis Allen, and I'm out. I'm out on Dennis Allen.
Yeah, I'm out on the Saints.
I'm out on. I'll never be out on the Saints. You're wearing a Saints hat right now, but I am out.
I'm out betting on them.
Oh yeah,
I
fuck
can't
'em.
believe they
Can't do it.
fucking trapped me into that. We'll get to it. But.
Yeah, but I'm done. I'm out on Dennis Allen. I'd fire him today. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
Cut your fucking losses. Accept that you made a mistake and kick that motherfucker to the curb. People are like, oh, put him back to DC. No, get him the fuck
back to-
away
that's
from
not
here.
how it works.
Yeah, he's not gonna just be like, okay, I'll go back to coaching the defense. The defense sucks. The defense doesn't fucking tackle.
Yeah.
We're the most undisciplined team in football. We're the third most penalized team. And if I have to listen to him say, just another bad day at the office. Well, how many fucking bad days at the office do you get before you get fired? If you have bad days building them rockets, they're going to fire you. If you got more than one, I just don't get it. He's not cut out to be a coach. I was on the Dennis Allen for head coach bandwagon. I was part of that camp. I admit I was wrong, terribly wrong. It made sense at the time. It was in hopes that the defense was going to stay as dominant as it was. We let critical guys walk out of the building over, in the grand scheme of things, nickels and dimes. And when you compare contracts, and we're paying the price for it. Marcus Davenport, I'm out on him too. I see the ability. I see the freak athleticism and the potential. But at some point, you got to fucking put it together. And you're not. So we're going on, what, year 3, 4? You're not putting it together. We fucking
That was a terrible move.
could have had Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
We could have had Lamar Jackson. Our lives could be so much different if fat-ass Andy Reid didn't trade up to go get Patrick Mahomes. Think about that. We would be in the midst. We would be the Chiefs. Sean Payton would still be here. We're in hell. We're in purgatory. We missed our window. We got robbed during our window. That's what I tweeted out. We got robbed during our window. Now we're in purgatory. The future's so dark.
Oh, yeah.
This is uncharted waters. Even when we went those 3 straight 7-9 seasons, it was still like,
You had Drew Brees.
yeah, you always have a chance because you had Drew Brees. We just got to figure it out on defense. And that one year we did with Rob Ryan, and it was like, oh, maybe we got it. And the next year it's like, nope, okay, move on.
Fire
but
Rob Ryan.
every year it was like you still had a chance. And then 2017 happened, and then it was like, okay, it's Super Bowl from here on out until Drew's gone. So it's uncharted territory. We have no future. We have no hope. We're dead.
Yeah, we have no first-round draft pick.
I fucking hate Andy Dalton. I had people question my intelligence for knowing what was going to happen. This was so obvious. that this was going to be the outcome. He didn't want to throw it to the guy wide open on the hash marks. He wanted to fucking prematurely take a sack. Wide open over the middle on 3rd and 8. He wants to miss Marquez Callaway in the fucking end zone. A throw that I probably could have got him to. You just literally just fucking throw it up to where you can go get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. You go with Jameis because of the possibility that they start clicking and the upside. There is no upside with Andy Dalton. He is what he is.
Yeah, well, even they put Taysom Hill in for like a couple of consecutive plays.
What are we doing?
And I was like, but then they started moving the ball and then they put Dalton back in.
I meant, what are we doing in terms of like, he only touched the ball 5 times? Like, so they did the 2 consecutive, like he hasn't.
Well, I think he ran it once and then the next play they threw it or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
he throws a dart.
I was like, they're fucking playing Taysom at quarterback for the rest of this game.
It did look like that,
and then they bring Dalton in and the drive instantly stalls.
Yes. No, he sucks, dude. He's not good. I had people literally, oh, you're the president of the Jameis fan club. Suck my dick. No, I'm not. I know what Andy Dalton is. He's fucking trash. So we come in with what many, myself, thought were Super Bowl possibilities. It was a long shot, but I thought there was good value on it. If we were fully healthy, I feel like, especially, and I also had a feeling that the division was going to suck. I called Tom Brady's demise last year, and that's what I said. I was wrong. This year, called it again. I was right. We should be in first place in the division. That went into the reasoning on 50-1 odds, 55-1 odds on the Saints and why it made sense. And it clearly did. It dropped to fucking 24-1 before the season started. I don't know. It's so frustrating, and it's uncharted territory for Saints fans for the last 6 years. So we were blessed with high expectations year in and year out for the last half decade, and now we have nothing to look forward to. So except watching Andy Dalton get back there and bite his fucking teeth as he overthrows wide open receivers.
Yeah. He's so angry.
All right, episode 132. We will recap last week's picks. It was rough. Started off with the winner, Central Michigan +6. I like Central Michigan. I like Daniel Richardson. I like Lou Nichols, except when he's fumbling the fucking football. Put some gloves on him, and maybe he can. The game shouldn't even been close. They won by double digits, 6-point underdogs. Win by double digits. They should have won by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, damn, Rocky Lombardi was out.
Yeah, he was.
It was
that
a surprise.
Big. That was big. That was big. Yeah, that was big. But they couldn't stop Central Michigan. They really were struggling to stop them. If Lou Nichols doesn't put the ball on the ground that they return for a fucking touchdown, then it's not even a sweat. App State -2.5. This one was really frustrating. We were both on it. If App State doesn't fumble inside of the 10-yard line, maybe it's a different ball game. Maybe they have the ball there tied up at the end as opposed to down 7 trying to go score. Could have been the difference in the game. But we bounced back with Boston College +9.5. We got a little lucky here. Phil Jerkovich out. Back door was open. First start for freshman quarterback. The kid threw for what, like fucking 400 yards?
He played well.
He played very well. Jerkovich probably shouldn't touch the field for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
He kind of sucks. Back door was open. Boston College prevent defense. They go in and handle business. All right, here's where it got really shitty. Tennessee, Georgia over 65.5 was a bad pick. We were on pace in the first half. And then Tennessee we were only on pace because Georgia was curb stomping Tennessee. Tennessee, Hendon Hooker, Josh Heupel couldn't rise to the occasion. Kind of got embarrassed. LSU, Bama under 58.5. This was 7-6 at halftime. 7-6 at halftime. We end up going to overtime. If Bama, well, one, there's the fumble that they don't give to LSU because some phantom guy, he's clearly got 2 hands on it, and then it gets touched by a guy out of bounds. Bama settles for a field goal on that drive. That would have been big. There was multiple instances, but the interference in overtime where the ball is so clearly tipped, it so clearly hits his middle finger. There's no pass interference on a tip ball. Should have been 4th down for Bama. They kick a field goal. We go score a touchdown. The under would have still hit. But 7-6 at halftime, 58.5 point total, and it goes over. The one that really frustrated me was Clemson and Notre Dame, my lock of the week, under 46.5. This was an under game. Under 46.5. There was a backdoor, meaningless touchdown at the end of the game to hit the over, but there was a block punt return for a touchdown. There was a interception by Notre Dame inside the 10-yard line. They take it 90-plus yards for a touchdown. If he gets tackled, it's done deal. Unders hitting. And then it was under the whole way. Same thing. It was 14-0 at halftime, on pace for 28 points, 4.5-point total. You can account, or you can, but you don't plan for defensive scores. That's the one thing. That's what kills an under bet. And then USC minus 21 was a horrible bet. But then I added. Actually, they were up 20 late in the second half, and then it was like in the blink of an eye, it went away. But Michigan minus 26, I added, and it was a good ad. Slow first half, but then they absolutely demolish them in the second half. So I go 3-5, but I really feel like I should have been 5-3. Those two unders not hitting just were fucking atrocious. I didn't watch bad beats. I feel like they've got to be in the conversation of bad beats.
Yeah.
You make the tackle as Notre Dame intercepts the ball. Shipley, that slow son of a bitch, doesn't know how to take an angle. He was the only one who really had a chance. Takes a bad angle, doesn't make the tackle. See ya. He's gone. So 3-5 brings me to 41, 42, and 3, 4, 6, and 1 of my locks of the week. Got to have the ball bounce your way, and this week we did not. You had an uncharacteristically down week.
Yeah, I went 3-5 as well.
Yeah, I have characteristically down weeks.
Okay.
This was an uncharacteristically down week for you.
App State minus 2.5. Coastal's they're well coached. I think that's the biggest thing here. And if I break down this game, is that Coastal outcoached them.
Well, McCall just doesn't turn the ball over. He doesn't make mistakes. They're so fucking crisp with that triple option.
Oh, and the biggest surprise was that App State wasn't able to get the run game going.
The offensive line got dominated. That was one thing I did not expect to happen at all.
Yeah, that was the
There were
biggest
so many
surprise.
3rd and short and 4th and shorts
yeah.
that they got stuffed on. I'm like, fucking gotta be kidding me, dude.
Boston College plus 9.5. We talked about it. Air Force Army over 39.5. What type of jackass bets on the armed forces overs?
Yeah, it's the most difficult bet to watch in all of college sports. Is to sweat out the service academy over.
It's like they don't even care, dude.
I was watching it and I was just like, oh God. I was like, I felt sick. It's so tough to watch. If you bet the under, you're like, yes.
I was just like, at one
the
point,
shit
I
out of
was like,
everybody.
maybe we'll go to overtime at 17-17, and we'll get through 2 overtimes and
Everybody's
get
just
to
so
2-point
fucking
comparisons.
fills their gaps. Like no one fucking messes up. It's just run for 3 yards, run for 3 yards.
Yeah,
and then
I don't
you gotta
know.
hope you don't get stuffed.
There wasn't like any explosive plays in this game. Texas minus 2.5. It was my lock. They were up 31-10 at halftime. They kind of scared us here because they only scored 3 points in the second half, and they ended up winning by 7. But we won. Vanderbilt plus 7. Vanderbilt lost by 11. They did have a chance at the end with the ball to backdoor cover, but they failed. James Madison plus 7.5. This game was 10-10 at halftime. Louisville in the second half got a few explosive plays, kind of put James Madison in a position that's not good for them where they have to throw the ball. They're not a really good throwing team. So I think Louisville won 34-10. Tennessee plus 9.5. We kind of talked about it. Hooker didn't play well. I think here's like where Georgia really out schemed Tennessee. They kind of put Tennessee, they weren't giving up anything over the top for the most part, even though there was a couple missed throws by Hooker in this game that would have resulted in touchdowns. But I think for the
multiple
but for the most part, it was Georgia was keeping everything in front, but Hooker was just late with his deliveries. It was like there was many opportunities for 10-yard plays early in this game, and he was just throwing the ball late, and they would end up being 5 or 7 yard gains. But
yeah, his timing was off, and he missed at least 3 deep balls that could have resulted in touchdowns.
And then Marshall minus 3.5. This was my other late ad on my segment Bricks Picks. They won 12-0 with 4 field goals.
Yep, Old Dominion.
Yep, but they ran the ball well.
Yeah. All right, so you go 3-5 as well. Still, even with your first, I would say first, other than maybe week 1, a rare down week. You're still at 42, 26, and 3, 9, 1, and 1 in your locks of the week. That's pretty good. That is 90%. If you take out the push. Joseph, you went 2 and 2. BC plus 9.5. You wanted to take Duke.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
I did want to, yeah.
Honestly, it was you flipping, though, that I think got me and him.
It
Well,
might have
got
been.
you first.
Yeah,
I flipped,
if you would have just been like, I'm not taking it then.
Well, I think I said I wanted to take BC actually when you said it, and I was like,
yeah, no, I did too.
yeah. And then when you said you
did.
wanted to, then we were like, and then you were like, okay, BC. Then we were like, okay, we all got to do it.
Yeah.
And that's big brain thinking. That's when you come to the table. All right, LSU Bama, you were on the under as well. I mean, just a fucking brutal break, dude. Call the game right. Utah, Arizona over 67.5. You missed it by what, like 3?
Yeah, 2.5, 3.
Slow start as well, scoring wise. And then Texas K-State over 54.5. This had to hit by a good bit, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. 37-24.
That was your lock of the week. You go 2 and 2. That brings you to 17, 24 and 1, 6 and 5 in your locks of the week. And with that being said, we look ahead to a very important week for me. So, big week. I'm getting aggressive here. I do it every year. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's ill-advised. There's games going on currently. For what it's worth, I wanted to take Akron plus 7. Decided to stay away. Wednesday, does anybody have anything?
No.
No? Nobody? Mm-mm. All right, well, I do. I'm 14 and 4 on midweek college football. If I did that correctly, give me 1 second. Yeah, because Boston College was on Friday. Yes, I'm 14 and 4 midweek college football. All right. Wednesday we have, if I could find it, Buffalo Central Michigan at a pick'em. You're not gonna bet any action?
Hell no.
Why?
Fucking hate action.
It's midweek
Because
college
even
football.
last week when Central Michigan was up big at halftime,
Yep.
it's fucking Maction, dude. That means nothing over there.
Oh, you're never safe. Yeah.
That's why I was like, even when you started texting in the group message when it got kind of close and hairy there for a second,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's why I fucking don't bet Maction.
Well, if he would just hold on to the ball, you just hold on to the ball and we're fine. Lou Nichols fumbling for. I couldn't believe it. All right, Buffalo, Central Michigan. It is a pick'em. We're going with Central Michigan again. Jim McElwain owns the MAC. Mac, it's a match made in heaven. Lou Nichols, just hold on to the football. Grind it away. Buffalo is not very good at stopping the run. That is their weakness of their defense. Lou Nichols is going to grind it away. They run the 2-quarterback system. The other quarterback, blanking on his name, very good at running the football, kind of like a Taysom Hill. He'll even throw it a little bit as well. But Daniel Richardson is really good at throwing the football. I like him a lot. When you need a timely throw to move the chains, he'll give it to you. So I feel like this was a big win for Central Michigan after a down start to the year, a big win over NIU, a little lucky with Lombardi being out. So it's a little take with a grain of salt a little bit. But I feel like they'll be able to run the ball, grind it away. Lou Nichols, just hold on to the football. And then Buffalo, their defense really is not very good at stopping the run. So with the Chippewas at home, Buffalo gives up 170 yards on the ground, 400 yards overall. So Central Michigan has the better defense. Both have had left a good bit to be desired offensively. I'm going to go with the Chippewas here in a pick'em. Does anybody have Thursday? Anything?
No.
Nope.
All right, well, I do. So if there's
You're
football
going-
on, I'm betting it. What?
Where are you going?
What do you think? And honestly, you want a nugget? Georgia Southern, UL. Who did UL played Marshall on their home field just about exactly a month ago? I was on UL. That day, no, the day before, I worked in Lafayette. This game's on Thursday. Tomorrow, I'll be working in Lafayette. So sometimes the stars align. Not saying it's meant to be. Pat team with Kyle Van Treese under center. He's more than willing to put the ball up for grabs. 14 interceptions on the year, and this UL defense will be more than willing to take it from him. 20 turnovers forced, 8th in the nation. Georgia Southern will have more success than I would like to see moving the chains. They're also pretty efficient in the red zone. Statistically, I think it's a lot of things kind of tell you to take Georgia State here, but the key factor for me is the 127th ranked rushing defense of Georgia Southern. That's nearly bottom of the barrel. I think that is going to help Ben Woolridge get in short yardage situations. It's going to help UL move the chains and be able to kind of get in a rhythm and stretch out some drives. Woolridge has shown the ability to put his team in position to win. So Chris Smith, capable running back when he's healthy. He missed a couple games with a hamstring. He's played the last 2. The first one, they kind of eased him back. He had 18 carries for 97 yards last week. If you can't stop the run, you can't win the game. I'm taking ULL -3 on the home field. Home field advantage. I'll be in Lafayette. I'm going to go scan the perimeter, make sure everything's up to code, and Cajuns going to win again. So you're not going to touch it?
Nah. I don't like them.
Yeah, Georgia Southern, they used to just run. Now they want to throw. And
Kind of like a spread option.
yeah,
type
and
thing.
then but this dude will fucking turn it over. So, yeah, I'm taking UL -3. All right. Does anybody have Friday?
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know what game you're on. I was strongly considering it. But go ahead.
I'm going Fresno State -9.5 at UNLV. UNLV's drop is back for Fresno State. He's played in the past 2 games. UNLV is a team that's struggling to get on track. They do have success, though, running the football when they do decide to run it. And I think Fresno State's rush defense may be just susceptible enough for UNLV to keep this one close at home. So I'm going to take the points and take UNLV +9.5.
Really?
Yeah.
So I wrote down this game, and I wanted to take Fresno, but I didn't. So the game I thought you were going to talk about was ECU and Cincinnati. But now that I'm connecting the dots. So, yeah, I put question marks by it. So I kind of wanted to take Fresno, but looking into it.
I think it's like this is kind of a fade to public pick.
Yeah, and and that's
kind of
why
the
I stayed
same
away.
Situation as the Duke Boston College
Well,
last week.
Fresno just kicked the dog shit out of Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hainer looked great, but the week before that, he didn't look spectacular.
Yeah.
2 interceptions. So, but I was like, was he knocking the rust off in that first game back? And then now are they gonna start clicking and make up for lost time?
Yeah, UNLV's not a power, not any good really.
No, they're horrible. But I was also looking at potentially the over 58, but I don't know. When looking at it, I'm like, I don't know that they're going to be able to score. If UNLV is going to cover, their defense is going to have to be able to get some stops.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay away from it. I was considering Fresno -9.5, but not strongly enough to take it. So, all right, Joseph, you don't have anything on Friday, correct?
Mm-mm.
All righty, we will carry on into Saturday. All right, my first one for Saturday is, I don't know if it's an 11 o'clock game, actually. It might be late. Yeah, I think it's later on in the day. I go completely out of order. App State, Marshall. Are you on this game?
No, I was looking at it though,
Okay, so
and I do have like a strong opinion about.
that's exactly. So I wrote down that I would allow you to, if you were on it, I was going to defer to you because you've seen, I mean, I've seen both teams. I bet on App State and I bet against Marshall, but you've bet on both teams and possibly against both. I don't know, but you've been on a side with these two teams more than I have. Which side would you lean? I see the line at App State 1-point favorites.
Yeah, I kind of, when I looked into it or really just thought about it, because I've been on these teams the past couple weeks or on or against them.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen them. I think it's like a perfect line, kind of.
So what, you don't have if you had to bet it?
I think Marshall will be able to contain App State.
Okay.
But you get worried a little bit with Marshall's offense because they're not really good at passing it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
I think they'll still kind of struggle to score points. So I was kind of looking at the under too.
So did Columbia get benched? They're going with Fancher solely now?
I think so. Yeah.
That's what I assumed by looking at it and from what I've seen. They were running them both out there a little bit, and now it seems like Columbia's not touching the field.
And the other guy can run it.
Yeah.
So
But he struggles to pass
he
it.
can't pass it, though.
Yeah. So this, what I have written down here is this App State second. Whether it's Columbia or Fancher, it seems Fancher will be the guy. Under center, I'm not sure that Marshall will be able to test that secondary. Marshall has basically one threat at wide receiver, and that's Corey Gamage, if that's how you pronounce his last name. If App State can scheme to take him away, I don't think Marshall has anyone to produce behind him. Since Fancher has taken control of the quarterback spot, he's thrown 1 touchdown, 4 picks. They're not really put much of a threat to score. I'm hoping that, or I'm expecting that the App State offensive line is going to come out with something to prove. They're going to be able to run the ball much better. Bryce, which in turn will open things up for Bryce. I just don't think that Marshall has the ability. The biggest weakness of App State is their secondary. I don't think Marshall has the ability to expose that weakness or take advantage of it. I don't know that Marshall is going to be able to score enough. I trust App State to put points on the board before I do Marshall. So at a 1-point spread, I'm going to take App State. What is your first one for Saturday?
Pitt -3.5 at Virginia.
Okay.
Pitt got back on track last week, beating Syracuse after losing 2 before that, 2 in a row. While Pitt offensively has struggled, Virginia offensively has struggled even more. It's pretty simple for me. I think Pitt will have success running it, and I think Virginia will struggle to move the ball against a strong Pitt rush defense with a stuff rate of 26%. So I'm taking Pitt -3.5.
Okay. What is your first one for Saturday, Joseph?
I'm going Washington State -7.5 against Arizona State. Maybe it's a little bit because I'm pissed off that I didn't take them last week when I wanted to, but, you know. I like Washington State. I've liked betting on them this year.
Yeah. That's kind of how it works. That's what we said. Our first year is like you find those teams that you like.
Yeah, I do like betting on them. I know they can be a little inconsistent at times, but they can still get the ball down the field. Last week they ran for 317 yards. They ran it all over Stanford. They dominated that game on both sides of the ball. And I think that can happen again next week against Arizona State. Their defense is not good at all. They should be able to move the ball and put up points against them. And, you know, we were high on their red zone defense, and I know you had some questions about it earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. Well, offensively, Washington State's red zone scoring is at a 93% rate. That's number 12 in the country, and their opponents are 77% rate scoring in the red zone, which they're number 22 in the country. So,
yeah, that's not bad.
I still like their red zone defense, and I think that should hold up this week.
Okay.
What's this point spread?
7.5.
Okay.
Not gonna let the hook scare me though.
Scares me.
I hate it, but I mean, I was scared last week. Stanford being at home, being home dogs, but
yeah. Okay.
not gonna happen again.
Navy Notre Dame. Is anybody on it?
No.
All right. I'm taking Navy plus 16.5. Notre Dame coming off a huge win against Clemson versus an overrated Clemson team. I feel like a typical letdown spot, but Notre Dame's offense is not efficient enough for me to be laying 16.5 against a team that wants to grind it out, control the clock. I feel that Navy, if Navy goes up 7-0, if Navy can really, I just don't. It's the Notre Dame offense. I don't trust the Notre Dame offense. I don't feel like they should be laying 16.5 really against much of anybody, especially control the ball, control the time of possession, grind it away type of Service Academy team. I know Navy is probably the worst of all the Service Academy teams, but 16.5 feels like too many. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. What's your next one?
I'm going to go ahead and just take LSU -3 on the road. I know it's a typical trap spot for LSU, but I'm going to take them. Arkansas may have a little bit of success running the football.
I think both of their safeties may be out due to suspension.
Yeah, I heard it was a safety and a linebacker got arrested or something. But, I mean, they weren't any good anyway.
Yeah, but the guys behind them must be worse.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good point. But yeah, the success. Anyway, even if Arkansas is able to run it a little bit, I just think LSU's offense is rolling too much here for Arkansas to be able to stop them. Arkansas's defense is just really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
I think this line is this low because of it being a typical letdown spot, but I just think under Brian Kelly, this is a different team than we're used to.
Yeah, no, I agree. Another 16.5 point spread. I'm taking Mississippi State at home against Georgia. Same thing.
I was looking at that.
Similar Navy Notre Dame type situation, letdown spot. It is Georgia, number one team in the country. I understand that. Mississippi State with that offense can confuse teams, can give you trouble a little bit. The defense is, I would say, formidable enough. That 16.5 feels like too many. Backdoor will be open. So give me the Bulldogs at home in an SEC matchup.
That was where my question was when looking at that game was I'm more confident that Mississippi State can get it going offensively to be able to put that spread, but the problem is stopping Georgia for Mississippi State. That I see that could be a problem.
Yeah, but the offense in the second half against Tennessee stalled out. There's been times this year where their offense has not looked as good consistently as it should, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. It feels like too many for me.
My next one is Saturday night at 6:30. I want to know what y'all think about this number. It's might be a little crazy, but I'm taking UNC Wake over 76.5.
Yeah.
It's a huge number, right?
Oh, yeah.
But when you look at these two teams, we know what they're about.
I mean, betting the under would be nauseating. So
Yeah.
But it's same thing. If there's a go for it on 4th and goal and they get stuffed, and then the other team's got to go length of the field, that could be the difference. Like,
If you had to pick a total, what would you go?
oh
On
fuck,
on
I don't
this.
know. It'd be in the 70s. It'd be around.
No,
there.
I mean, what would you take, over or under?
Oh, I'd
76.5.
yeah. I mean, I'd probably go over. I guess. I mean,
I think that line's set there for a reason. It's a 3.5 point spread. I'm thinking that these odds makers are thinking this is going to be a shootout.
oh well, yeah. What do you think?
I mean, both ways. It's a 3.5 point spread, 76
No,
point
yeah,
total.
it's-
I know Hartman.
They're expecting it to be fucking
Hartman's thrown
35 to 35.
6 interceptions and lost, I think, 3 fumbles in the past 2 games. Still last week against NC State, he threw for 400 yards. Even though with the 3 picks, they're slinging the ball. Both of these teams just nonstop throw the ball. So I think they can hit this over.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's very little room for error. So, what do you think? What would you lean?
I wouldn't mess with that.
I mean, yeah, but if you had, it's so many points.
If I had to pick a bet for that game, I would look at Wake.
But for the point total, which way would you lean?
And it would strictly be because I think that they can score a bunch of points against UNC.
Yeah. Do you think they can stop UNC? Drake May's good.
Yeah,
Drake May's
Like really
damn
good. Is he a true freshman?
I think.
I think he is. So he's gonna be there for quite a while.
I still don't like him, though, because of his stupid-ass brother.
Yeah, Luke May's the one who hit that game winner against Duke.
Motherfucker.
Is anybody touching TCU Texas?
Yeah.
Are you?
Not right now.
No.
No.
I thought you said you were looking at it.
I wanted to.
I would lean Texas at home with the points.
What is Joseph taking? Oh.
Gotta wait.
All right. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, I'm taking Texas -7. I'm taking Texas -7.
You didn't have that one already?
I mean, I had it written down with question marks. I have a few that I'm considering. Did you look at Liberty, UConn?
No.
I wish it was 14, but at 14.5, I still kind of want to take Liberty. I think Liberty's going to smash them. What about Syracuse?
Who are they playing?
Florida State,
7 points.
6.5.
I don't. You wonder about Syracuse now.
Defense is playing well. I think they're getting Schrader back. I want to take Syracuse. I have not taken it yet. But I want to take Syracuse in the Carrier Dome getting points.
Is he still questionable?
Yeah, it's not. That's why I'm waiting. It's not 100% that he's back yet. He's more than likely expected to be back, but as of now, nothing's been said. Another one I do have locked in, though, is the Oregon-Washington over 72. Same thing. A lot of points. But
Yeah.
with this, the Achilles heel for Oregon is their secondary, 117th in the nation. This is the number one passing offense in Washington, and this is an Oregon offense that at home more than anywhere, but really anywhere on the planet, is clicking, playing very, very well, putting up 40 on nearly everybody. So they have great linebackers. They're good at stopping the run. This is a team that doesn't want to run the ball. So I think it is a high number, but I'm going to take the over. We'll see what happens, though. 0-for-3 on totals last week. So take that for what it's worth. How many more do you have before you lock?
None.
None?
Yeah.
What about you?
None.
I think that's it for me. All right.
Let's let Joseph go first.
I was just about to say we
'Cause I wanna-
probably should switch it up, but
I want to hear what his bet.
okay. I don't know. It keeps saying slow. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. If it says like, I don't know what it was saying before that there was problems, but it appears to be fine. If it starts saying anything else, let me know.
All right.
All right. That is everything but the locks. So we will move on to the most important bets of the week. We're going to let Joseph lead it off.
All right, for my lock of the week, I'm going to go TCU Texas over 64.5. Going back to what I hit on last week with the Texas over. What I think is even a better offense in their opponent with TCU than Kansas State is. Both these teams score a lot of points this year, and in my opinion, middle of the pack defense on both sides, maybe lackluster at times. I think a lot of points could be scored in this game. If I was taking a side in this, I would agree with Logan here. I think it's a letdown spot for TCU. I would take them, Texas, in this game, but I'm going to go over and bank on a lot of points here.
Yeah, so my thoughts, and then I'll let Nick chime in. I think this, and it's not just to intentionally contradict you, I think Texas's defense
Steps up.
is playing better than the usual Texas defense.
Yeah. They're pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the second
Now, I
half last
think
week was...
there's a lot of funny business that goes on with Texas's defense. Like, the teams they've been at least a couple games that I've watched the past couple weeks, the teams that they come up with some miraculous plays in certain situations, like plays that would be sacks, and I think they're really close to, like, they were so close to smashing Kansas State.
Well, it looked like they were going
And
to.
it was like, there was some just crazy stuff. And even in the Oklahoma State game where Texas ended up losing at the end, some funny stuff happened there. But yeah, I'm going to end up laying the points here with Texas. I didn't want to go against his lock if it was TCU, so I wanted to hear it first. But yeah, I think just TCU, I think they are a little bit vulnerable. Especially in like early downs where I think Texas can get good yards and stay ahead of the chains.
Yeah.
And then one of the statistics I saw is TCU kind of struggles once the opponent crosses the 40-yard line. And I don't think Texas will struggle to do that much against them. So
and Bijan's running the fuck out of the ball right now. Yeah, I think this being in Austin is a big factor for me.
Yeah, night game.
Number 4 ranked TCU. Hats off to Sonny Dykes in his first year at TCU.
Yeah.
To have him ranked number 4 in the college football playoff picture. I think this is a good Texas team. This is a really good Texas team. So I'm going to lay the points with Texas as well. So you're on the over?
Over 64.5.
Okay.
Nick, were you leaning Texas before he made that pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. He wanted to make sure you weren't on TCU, but would you have stayed off of it if he was? And rob everybody of the best record and potential Texas pick?
No, I don't know what I was going to do.
Hell no, man.
All right, I'm playing the music again for mine.
Okay.
You touched on it. It's going to be a big one. It's my biggest bet of the year. Pitt -3.5. I love Pat Narduzzi. I've said it over and over and over again. There's 2 things Pat Narduzzi can do, and that is run the football and play good defense. And this is a Virginia team that isn't very good. Brendan, or whatever the fuck his first name is, Armstrong. I think Pitt should and will run away with this one. All we need is Slovis, who has been playing like dog shit, to figure it out. Just be okay. I just need him to be all right. That's it. Virginia's 108 in the nation and moving the chains. Pitt has the 27th ranked third down defense. Every way you look at it, the way this matches up statistically, eye test, however you want to look at it, I see Pitt every way. Virginia's given up 26 sacks this year, 104th in the nation. Pitt has one of the top defensive lines in America. They're 10th in sacks at 29. 29 sacks this year. I was big on their defensive line early in the year. They have one of the best units in the country. I think a big thing here, every single loss by Virginia this season, they've lost the time of possession battle. Pitt's top 10 in time of possession in the nation. So they're going to give it to Abanikanda. They're going to control the game on the ground, which is exactly what Narduzzi wants to do. Run the ball, play good defense. Abanikanda is probably the most underrated running back in the nation. Not getting talked about really by anybody.
Yeah, he was out last week. He's expected to return.
That's what I saw. So,
but the other guy, Rodney Hammond, is that his name? He's freaking good too.
He is. But Abanikanda, 7th in the nation with 1,086 yards, and he's tied for the most in the nation with Blake Corum, 16 touchdowns. He's not getting talked about at all.
Oh, no.
He's extremely underrated.
I believe, in yards per game as well.
Yeah.
Yards per game.
Yeah, he had one game where he had like 400 yards and like maybe 5 touchdowns. It was remarkable. I think the D-line's going to be able to get after Armstrong. He's going to put the ball up for grabs. They're going to be able to control the ball on the ground regardless of who's at running back. But everything that I saw, Abanikanda is expected to go. Give me Pitt, -3.5, and a bounce-back game on a bounce-back week. My biggest bet of the year so far, Pitt -3.5. What's your lock?
I'm going to Friday night, East Carolina at Cincinnati. See, I got this line at 6.5. I'm trying to figure out what's the best line we can get now because I know it's come down a lot.
Did you get it today at 6.5?
Yeah, but I'm just going to give it out at whatever.
Okay, so
you can definitely find 5 right now. I think, look, I'm going to be honest. East Carolina is led by their senior quarterback, Holton. I don't know. Ehlers.
He's been – oh, wait, is it Arns or Ehlers? I'm drawing a blank on it. He's been there for a long time. Let me see.
I don't think it's Arns because it wouldn't make
because there's
any
two.
sense
Yeah,
with
it's
all the
Ehlers. Okay, yeah.
The offense is balanced, 297 passing yards per game and 170 rushing yards per game. The big thing here I'm looking at is the way ECU can run the football. They're led by Keaton Mitchell at running back, who is averaging 7 yards per carry and has 9 touchdowns this year. I think Cincinnati's defense has looked a little bit susceptible against the run. You look at the games they lost. UCF ran it for 258 rushing yards, and Arkansas ran it for 224 rushing yards. Cincinnati's defense is a defensive line that's only stuffing 15% of their opponent's runs, and ECU is averaging 3.2 line yards per carry. I'm going to bet on the strong rushing attack with a veteran quarterback getting points here. I honestly believe that ECU has a really good chance to upset Cincinnati here. So
I'm on them as well.
I'll take ECU plus 5.5
as your lock of the week.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on them as well. That's why I said I'm connecting dots. I thought we were.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm going to take them as well for everything that you just said. I agree. The Cincinnati defense is good, but the balanced offense of ECU, the Cincinnati defense is really good, actually. I'm surprised that Luke Fickell is able to continuously just kind of reload, and he loses. Lost Sauce Gardner, Kobe Bryant. He continuously is losing guys. He keeps kind of revamping and reloading. But the balanced offense of ECU, I'm going to take him as well. I think, I would love 6.5 even more, but I'll still take him plus 5. So that should be everybody's picks, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. To recap, I am very profitable on midweek college football. But if there is a day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if there's college football on, I got to have something. So I'm taking Central Michigan in a pick'em on Wednesday. On Thursday, we're taking UL at home -3. On Friday, we're going to tail Nick with his lock of the week, ECU plus 5. Then we have App State -1. I have Texas -7 Oregon, Washington over 72. Navy plus 16.5. Mississippi State plus 16.5. And then my lock of the week is Pitt minus 3.5. And I just might add more.
Okay, I have UNLV plus 9.5 on Friday. I have Pitt minus 3.5. I have LSU minus 3. And then for my lock of the week, I'm going Friday night, ECU plus 5.
Okay, Joseph.
I have Washington State minus 7.5 against Arizona State. I got the over in the UNC Wake game, 76.5. And my lock of the week is the over in the TCU Texas game at 64.5.
Alrighty, there you go. So I feel good currently. After we do the podcast, I'll probably start looking at shit and feel less good. But currently I feel good. So it's a bounce back week. Got to have it. We were above 500. What?
Oh, I'm on Texas minus 7. I forgot to say that just now.
Did you not?
No.
Okay. All right, NFL. We will recap a horrible last week, and then we will look ahead and give you what we deem to be our best bets of the week. All right, so it started off Thursday night. This made me so mad, and I can only be mad at myself. But I wanted to take the Texans. Y'all flip me. I flip myself to the Eagles minus 14. I had 2 different games this week where I took a road team laying double digits, and I paid the price. The Eagles never had a chance to cover this game. They were never covering the number. You got a good running team. Not a good running team, but you have a good running back in Damian Pierce. Davis Mills was playing the first half of his life. Eagles minus 14 we don't get. Packers Lions over 49.5. Not a good bet. Not a good bet. But the red zone turnovers, 3 red zone turnovers. And then I think the Lions got stuffed on a 4th down. That is not a recipe to hit the over. So Bills minus 12.5. This was a fuck you, Zach Wilson bet that I shouldn't have made, and I knew it almost immediately. Chargers minus 3 was a push. Saints plus 3, my lock of the week. Still haven't found a fucking winner yet. Been recapping for 5 minutes now. Saints plus 3, we suck. Dennis Allen needs to be fired. Pete Carmichael's a fat piece of shit and can't call plays. Andy Dalton, 3rd and 3. Let's throw it 1 yard on an out route to Juwan Johnson, you fucking ginger fuck. Is that derogatory? Can you say that?
I would.
Lions plus 4, though. Late ad. They got it done. Jared Goff, play for Campbell. Play for Campbell. They beat the Packers. If they would have done that last year, they would have been feeling a lot better, but the Packers suck this year. Dolphins minus 4 were another late ad. The Dolphins win by 3. We're controlling this the entire game, give up a 60-yard run to the fucking quarterback, and then 3rd and 11, Jalen Waddle has 6 yards of separation past the nearest DB. And Tua throws a fucking lollipop. Can't lead him. Don't get it. Dolphins win by 3. I go 1-5-1. We miss out on the lock of the week. Brings me to 25-26. 1 game below 500 and 5-4 in my locks of the week. Bad picks, bad week. Got to be better. Will be better. And you had your worst week of the year.
Yeah. Eagles minus 14, a loss. They won by 12, right?
Can we all agree that was a square ass fucking pick?
I'd bet them again.
Yeah, I know you said that. I've been preaching that I felt like my success last year in the NFL was due to the fact that I put more stock in the home dogs. And we fucking goddamn 14 points for a home team with your fantasy running back.
Shit. And I love the Texans, but they were lucky to even have this game this close. I don't care what anybody says. Chargers minus 3. This kind of sucked because on Sunday I saw it at 2.5 and I bet it again. And that bet actually won. The Chargers minus 3 bet pushed because Eckler's elbow was just down.
Oh God!
But who's the red zone guy?
Hanson.
He was like,
Hanson.
yeah, you kind of can't see. There's a lot of darkness in there.
Oh God!
And I was like, hey, you better chill out with all that talk, buddy.
Watch yourself.
And then the Saints plus 3.
Not good. Not good.
No winners.
0-2-1 brings you to 17-8-2, 5-3-1 in your locks of the week. So our combined record in the NFL has taken a hit, 11-6-1, still very profitable. And then our combined record in college, which I glossed over, 12-3-2, still very good. Joseph, you got railroaded in the NFL. How do you feel? Why are you looking over there?
It was a bad week, man.
Yeah.
Look at what you've done.
We had a lot of, actually, yeah, we were all.
You already covered everything.
Yeah, other than the Chargers, Falcons over 49.5. I don't even know what the total sat at, but 0-4-1 for you.
Yeah,
it was
I messed up on my big easy bet.
damn
my
31
lock.
points.
My lock record, because I just pushed this week.
Correct. So you're 3-5-1. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so 16, 19-1, 3-5-1 in your locks of the week. And with that being said, we look ahead to another critical week for me. I feel like this is I felt good, got my head above water, but here we are, back right there, right below. Just nearly at the surface, struggling. Thursday night, Falcons-Panthers, NFC South divisional matchup, a division that is up for grabs that we won't fucking get. Atlanta, 3-point road favorites. This is the fucking
This
worst
is
game
disgusting,
ever. This
man.
sucks. This sucks. Which side are you leaning?
The Panthers.
Me too. Getting points at home. Chuba Hubbard coming back. You got Deontay Foreman. Burns on the D-line. They suck. They suck. I wouldn't touch it. Again, anybody new to the podcast, we bet the Thursday night game every time, no matter what, whether we want to or not. This is one of those we don't want to type of situations. I haven't looked at the total. I would assume it's what, 42?
43.5.
It's pretty good. Pretty almost on the nose by me. Yeah, give me the Panthers. Give me the team getting points at home. Even though the Falcons, I feel like, are not playing bad overall on the year for what was expected. So you're going to take the Panthers as well?
Yeah.
What about you?
Falcons.
Falcons.
Yeah.
Why is that?
-3. I don't know, man. Both these teams suck. So that's why.
Okay. Why not take the home team getting points?
I was flirting actually with the
This game was 37-34
Exactly
in
why I was
overtime a
flirting
couple
with the
weeks
under.
ago.
Exactly why I was flirting with the under.
And this was a game that the Panthers should have won
Correct.
Yeah.
on the road. Revenge game.
I hear you. I just think Falcons, they're probably going to get A.J. Terrell back this week. They got Cordero Patterson back. He ran the ball pretty good. He got limited touches, but he ran good. Algire's been running good. Is that how you say it?
Algier.
Algier.
I think it's Algar.
I thought it was Algier too, but the announcers say Algier.
Yeah, that is. I used to call him something else.
Oh, wait, that's the BYU guy.
Yeah. They started calling him Algier.
They did.
All the announcers.
I thought it was Algar. I don't know. Whatever. Who
Yeah,
cares?
he's been running good, and Mariota's been doing enough. They've actually, in my opinion, the Falcons have schemed pretty well for him offensively because he's not that great of a quarterback. But they've done enough offensively, and I think they'll be too much.
Okay. I hope you're wrong. All right, we move on to Sunday. Who feels good?
Not me.
Not me.
No? I don't either. I don't like really any of the games, if I'm being completely honest. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Let's talk about the Saints real quick. Laying 2.5 on the road in Pittsburgh. We fucking suck.
Yeah. Seriously.
Not touching it, but
I mean, Pittsburgh sucks too, but
that defense, we're not going to be able to do a goddamn thing. It might be first
They
team to
said
get a field goal.
Watt's coming back.
oh, is he really?
Jesus
To
Christ.
fuck Dalton. Yes.
Did they really say that?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Or they said he might be coming back.
Watt
One of the two.
getting Watt back at home. Ugh. It's not a good recipe for the Saints.
All right, you're leading the way, so you lead it off.
All right, I'm going Cowboys at Packers. I'm going to take the Packers +5 here.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Come on, give it to
Come
us.
on, do I have to explain?
It's Rodgers. Too many points on the road.
I mean, dude, Dak and the offense really hasn't been electrifying.
Yeah.
Going against still a good Packers defense. I know Rodgers and them don't have any way of moving the football, but
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially against Dallas defense.
I don't know. 5 points at home. I guess I might just be subbing myself in the ass after this.
What do you mean by that exactly? What do y'all think about Jeff Saturday, head coach of the Colts? Doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
No prior.
They fired a real coach for a not real
no
coach.
prior coaching experience. No prior coaching experience. They said his high school team went 3-7 that he was coaching.
They kind of had this guy
That's a
take.
bad
Yeah,
look.
that's not good.
They had what?
Well, Reich. I mean, I thought Reich got a bad deal here.
Yeah, I mean, they keep giving him shit quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So that's
Weren't they a playoff team last year, or were they just outside?
They
the
were right
playoffs?
outside. They lost to Jacksonville the last game of the season
Okay.
to not make it.
But the year before that, they were with who was their quarterback that wasn't even that good
Carson Wentz.
before Carson
No,
Wentz.
Last year was Wentz.
last year was. Why am I drawing a blank?
He retired.
Luck.
Phillip Rivers.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then this year you start off and Taylor's in and out of the lineup with injuries. It's like
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
line can't block for whoever's playing quarterback.
Yes, that's a problem. All right, I am going to just try to get out ahead of this one and take the Vikings plus 5.5.
Away, huh?
Away, Josh Allen, UCL injury, probably plays, but I hope he doesn't. And I'm kind of rolling the dice there. If he doesn't, then the Vikings should win. Case Keenum coming in. But if he plays, the Bills might win by 30. So I don't think the Vikings are that good. But just for the principle alone, I'm going to take the Vikings plus 5.5. But I'm also struggling in the NFL, so don't listen to anything I say. What is you have one more?
Yeah, it's a lock.
Still doing you 3. The 3.
I got 2 more in my lock.
You still feel confident in that 3 picks? You know
Yeah.
you're going to want to add something. Is it the Commanders plus 11?
No.
We're all idiots for not taking that. All right, what is your next one, Joseph?
I'm gonna go to the Giants at home here, minus 6.5 over the Texans. I know they just covered against the Eagles. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying the Texans. I mean, they are good on the ground with Dameon Pierce. He looks really good, but their defense is not good at all. I think Daniel Jones will be able to move the ball enough. Daniel Jones, Saquon. I know they don't. I know they're short on the receiving end, but Daniel Jones can also do it with his feet, and I think that'll give this Houston defense problems. So at home, I'm going to take a minus 6.5.
Yeah, I did feel like I was seeing the NFL board well, too. So I got to not let a bad week cloud my judgment. But with that being said, I'm going to take the Broncos plus 3. Going with Subway Russ.
Whew.
Plus 3. They had their week off playing the Titans. Tannehill's probably expected to be back. If he's not, Malik Willis sucks. So I'm sure Tannehill's back, though, even if he is back. They don't really have much of a threat in the passing game. I understand the Broncos just got rid of Bradley Chubb, so that sucks. But stop Derrick Henry. There's no receivers in Tennessee, so they got rid of their best receivers. I'm going to take the Broncos plus 3. A bye week where they could kind of fucking hash out some of the problems. And then maybe Russ can start cooking again. So
He's a fraud.
maybe he can stop
He is a fraud.
fucking – he's not, though. He's able to do it. It's in there.
He's a fraud.
It's
dude.
in there.
I'm on the Titans minus 3.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not on it, but
I'm on
just
the Titans.
Wilson's so fraudulent.
Tyson-
Everything about
He
him.
is.
Tyson's minus 3 is a sucker bet.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
I'm thinking I'm thinking the line's there because they might think there's a possibility that Willis still might have to start. And that line makes
If he
more
starts,
sense.
he sucks.
Yeah, that's why I think 3 would make more sense. If Tannehill starts, I think it would be at like probably 4.5 or 5.
Nah,
No?
I don't know.
At
That
home?
Broncos defense is still fucking
The
good.
Titans defense is really good too.
Yeah,
though.
but Broncos defense is really good.
They
So-
are, but being at home, I think they'll be able to run the ball successfully, even on a good rush defense like the Broncos.
They won't.
And especially if Tannehill plays, you're not going to see no passing game at all with Tannehill in there. He'll get his receivers involved. They won't. I know.
Who?
Robert Woods.
What about the tight
Westbrook
end?
Akine. Hooper.
There you go.
Yeah, man. Yeah. If he's in, they'll be able to get a little bit of a passing game going. And
But
we already know what
Vrabel
they have
even
on the
said
ground.
in the press conference, he's like, "Who the hell are we going to throw it to?" They're like, "You're overusing Henry."
They're NFL receivers. Get a quarterback who can throw it. Just run down the field and we'll get it to you somehow.
Goddamn, Aaron Rodgers can't do that,
Yeah, I hear you.
and I think he's got better guys there. Romeo Dobbs, I know he got hurt.
Dobbs is out now.
Yeah, now he is. But
Oh yeah, but that doesn't affect
Nick's like, fuck.
fantasy.
next shit
No,
guy.
he's
up.
like, fuck, I got him plus
Oh,
5.
that's right. Next shit guy up.
You know what I'm saying?
Amari Rodgers, like, he hadn't done
They
it.
got better guys.
No, yeah, they have no receivers. They tried to throw it to their fucking left tackle. He tried to throw
Oh,
a touchdown
yeah.
to Bakhtiari.
Yeah. And got
And Aiden
picked off.
Hutchinson picked it off in the end zone. He's like,
Oh,
I
that
can't
was
throw it to
Hutchinson?
anybody. Yeah, it was Hutchinson. I mean, he underthrew it. Bakhtiari was open. He's like, fuck, we got to go deep in our bag of tricks. We ain't got no. He said Dobbs is out. Now we really got nobody. Throw it to
Packers probably
throw
will
it to
cover.
fucking David.
They'll probably throw like 4 touchdowns to Randall Cobb or some shit.
I doubt it, but maybe.
Bobby Tonyan. Remember the name.
I got him
Bobby.
on both my fantasy leagues, I believe. That is one of those, like, the Cowboys are the obvious pick.
Yeah.
And that's when in the NFL it doesn't go that way. So it's like, it's so clear and obvious.
It's
Take the
Lambeau
Cowboys.
Field +5.
But what if the Cowboys sign Odell? Is there weather involved?
I don't think so.
Well, regardless, if there was, it's just in your favor. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's not like you got to worry about it.
The snow might be the only thing that can get this offense going.
I
I got to look at that.
I may
more.
add some stuff, but as of right now, all I have left is my lock.
Same here.
Okay. Same with you, correct? All right. You want to go first?
I guess. Jacksonville Jaguars
Really?
at Kansas City Chiefs. What's the spread?
9.5 is what I currently
All right,
see.
I'm taking the over 50.5 here.
You just asked me to spread for no reason. 50.5?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I think that Kadarius Toney is going to be a factor in the Chiefs' offense. I'm surprised. I didn't watch every single snap. They could have dialed something up for him. I don't think they did from what I saw. But I wouldn't be surprised if you see Kadarius Toney downfield and them trying to take a shot to him in this game. I think they went and got him for a reason.
Yeah.
He's dynamic.
Well, they gave up a good bit for him, too.
Yeah. So I don't be surprised if we see some deep shots to Kadarius Toney. My lock of the week. I'm going back to him. Something. I've actually been on both of these teams, so this is going to be a little crazy. But at home, the Raiders -6.5 against the Colts, led by Jeff Saturday. I think a lot of people are going to question why they hired Jeff Saturday, which it's an interim head coach. Everybody needs to pump the brakes a little bit. They didn't do a coaching search because they had to hire somebody on the fly. Somebody made a good point. They could have put Reggie Wayne there. He's already on the team as an offensive coordinator. I'm taking the Raiders. The Raiders are fucking horrible. The Raiders are horrible. But so is Sam Ehlinger. That's what I said. I don't like Sam Ehlinger. The Colts are in turmoil. They just hired their Hall of Fame center who's never coached a day in his life outside of high school to come man the ship. So that's not good. McDaniels, horrible coach. These are two horrible teams. Take the team at home. 6.5 is a lot, but I bet on the Raiders to win the Super Bowl. So it's now or never. Raiders -6.5, my lock of the week at home. What is yours?
I got another point total here. Actually, I don't have one in the NFL. Never mind, not another. But my lock of the week is going to be the Browns and the Dolphins under 48.5 here. I know the Dolphins into points, but I like the Browns defense coming off a bye here. I think they'll have some time to plan for Tua and the Dolphins, and they have a pretty good defense. I think they'll be able to slow them down some, and The Dolphins' defense is not too good either, so the Browns have that chance of scoring a lot of points, but I think they'll just wear them down running the ball with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So I like the under 48.5 here.
Okay. All right, to recap, small card for pretty much all of us. I may add something. We'll see. We'll see how the Thursday game goes. We'll see how college goes if we get a little reckless. Panthers +3 on Thursday night at home. Broncos +3 on the road. Vikings +5.5 on the road. And the Raiders -6.5. Lock of the week. Jeff Saturday and the coach. Go ahead.
Carolina +3 at home. The Packers +5 at home in Lambeau Field. Jacksonville at Kansas City over 50.5 is my lock of the week.
Joseph.
Thursday night, I'm going Falcons -3 away. I'm going Giants -6.5 at home over the Texans. I'm going Titans -3 at home over the Broncos. And my lock of the week is Browns and Dolphins under 48.5.
All right, there you go. NFL Week 10, episode 132. Bad week can only mean one thing. We're going to right the ship. There's no better time to start tailing when we have a horrible week. So, episode 132. You got anything to say before we go?
No.
Joseph?
Good luck, fellas.
All right, if you have not already subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We will announce the winner of the $100 giveaway tomorrow on Instagram and Twitter. We'll reach out to you specifically as well if we can find you. But be on the lookout. Reach out to us if you are the winner. Episode 132. Nothing we can do but start winning some money because I lost a good bet. Y'all have a good one. Who dat?
Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. Been practicing this pitch a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed. It was good. I liked it.